everybody, I am today taking myself on a date. I know all the TikTok girls say that this is like the best thing to do, so I'm gonna go see. I'm going to the museum, and I think that's it, but maybe we'll see what happens. Hey everybody, I know it's been a minute, but I'm back. This vlogging stuff is not easy. Like, shout out to all the vloggers. You guys make it look really, really easy. So I know on my page on YouTube it says, new episodes every week. But there's going to be a little disclaimer up there. I'm just going to tell y'all now. It's really small. You can't really see it. It says, unless I don't feel like it. Because sometimes I'm tired, and I've been tired. So I didn't record much. And you don't want that energy. You don't want sleepy energy. I'm sleepy now, but I'm trying to push through. But there have been some fun things I want to talk to you guys about. Today I want to talk about codependency because it's something that I've discovered about myself that's not necessarily my favorite part of my personality. And so I wanted to dig deeper into where it came from, where I think it came from, and some healthy things that I can do to overcome it. And if you guys have experienced this, please tell me. I think it's because I grew up with a sibling that's only 2 years older than me, and we did everything together. And it was always like, oh, take your sister with you. She's older than me. And it's always like, oh, take your sister with you, take your sister with you. So when I moved out on my own years ago, I remember feeling like, oh my gosh, such anxiety around doing anything by myself. I always felt like I needed to have somebody with me. Have y'all ever experienced that? Comment below if you have, because it's kind of weird. And it gives you this, you will wait to do something just to wait to have someone to do it with. And I remember when it was preventing me from doing things, I was like, okay, Lana, you have to stop. You have to just go and do this thing and stop waiting for somebody else to be with you. So gradually, I grew out of it, but sometimes I still fall into it, and I see it in my romantic relationships. I've talked about this before. My parents have been married 37 years, so they do everything together. And so I think I find myself looking for that in a partner where, oh, let's do this together. Even though I truly, and I mean truly, value my alone time, and I value solitude, whether I'm in a relationship with someone or not, I still have that moment where I'm kind of sick of you, but you can also stay. So I'm really actively, some things I'm doing to combat that is taking myself out. I love eating lunch or dinner or whatever in my car. Just in my car, in a parking lot somewhere, even in my own parking lot, and just eating alone by myself with the radio on the phone or not. It's just a good vibe. So I did that. So yeah, this is a video I took while I was sitting in my car eating. Well, right before I ate. And y'all, I went to a black-owned business and it was so good. But let me tell you, there was a piece of plastic in my food. And I really wanted to leave a review, but I have a hard time leaving bad reviews on black-owned businesses. But anyway, moving on. I think I look cute. What y'all think? I also took myself on a date to a museum. The High Museum in Atlanta, Georgia. That was fun. I was trying to see if the TikTok girls are really popping. They keep saying oh, take yourself on a date yourself. And I was like, is it really given? Because I don't know. So I wanted to see, and it's good. Certain things are cool to do by yourself. I will say when I was there, I was seeing certain things that reminded me of certain people, and I'm like, oh, this person would love this or that person would love that. But it was cool to just be alone, and you know what? Not be accountable for anyone else. And I know that might sound kind of selfish, but just being able to be responsible for myself. I think we all deserve that. So that's been my practice in trying to get out of being codependent or, looking for someone else to always accompany me. I talked to a friend who's a twin, and he said he had the same thing going on where he feels like he always had to have his twin brother with him and had to be wait, I can go by myself. And some of it is anxiety. Anxiety is the biggest liar, right? I'll have times where I'm in public and interviewing people. I can do things that maybe other people think are scary, but the large crowd thing is still not really my thing. So anytime I'm in a large crowd or have to do something very simple, I can get anxiety about it. And I wish it's crazy because I'll have a person with me, do it, no problem. But when it's by myself, the other night I went to an event and I had to walk in front of the crowd because I was late to get to the seat, which was of course in the front of the stage. And I was like, oh God, I'm sweating because it's just, I don't like other people. This is going to sound crazy, but I don't really like other people looking at me like that. I know I'm on YouTube. Just go with me. But the thought of oh, everyone's looking, oh, she's late and she's sitting at the front. I don't know. It just gave me such anxiety. But when I have somebody with me, we both come on. You'll sit down and it's it just takes the pressure off of doing something by yourself. So I'm working through it. I still crept my way up to the front and sat down and was like, what's up? But I'm working through it. I want to know if you guys have that issue, and then just anxiety in public in general, and what do you do about it. I'm moving into a space where I am going to be seeing more publicly, and that's the whole point of me doing this channel. But I want to know, like, what are some things you guys do when you feel anxious? I heard on a podcast one time, the woman said that, like, anxiety, and I'm sorry that I don't remember what podcast it was, but the woman said that anxiety is like feeling like there's a bear on the other side of the door, and that, like, there's no bear. And sometimes there is a bear, but you have to open the door to find out. And so, like, just don't believe the lie until you actually know. When you find out, know that you're equipped to have the tools to deal with that bear, but don't anticipate the bear that may or may not be there. Like, my mom always says that all the time. Like, you're afraid of something that might happen, like, not something that happened, something that might happen. Okay. And it's easier said than done. Like, any of us that have struggled or suffer, or from time to time, or all the time, whatever it is, deal with anxiety, you really know, like, it feels overwhelming. And anyone, women who experience menstrual cycles, sometimes, you know, it's just our flow lying to you and making you feel crazy. And you feel crazy, and you check the calendar and you say, oh, okay, here she comes. You know, like, and that's a part of it too. So I'm having to, like, deal with all of that. Some other things that help is acupuncture. If you can afford it, if you have insurance and can get your insurance to cover it, acupuncture is super helpful for me, for anxiety, and for all the things that come along with menstrual cycles. I know this is a lot about women's stuff, but hey, I'm a black woman. What you gonna do? Men, you should listen for the women in your lives that may struggle with this. And acupuncturists will typically give you herbs too to help you deal with that kind of thing. They've been very helpful to me. Some of them tear your stomach up, so keep that in mind. Because I'm not taking one right now for that reason alone. But you find the kind of concoction that works for you. So acupuncture is really helpful. Breathing exercises are helpful. But yeah, I want to show you guys. I went to the museum. I'm going to show you, like, some of the things that I saw at the museum and the whole experience. Like, even there's a part in there where I'm, like, not sure where to park, and when I was getting there, and I'm like, oh God, and, like, something like that, I'll be honest with you, in the past would have made me go home. Like, you know what? I don't know where to park. I don't want to get a boot. I'm going home. And, like, that's a part of anxiety too, like, just opting out because it feels overwhelming. But I will say I'm proud of myself because I parked, I got out, I saw a couple walking, and I was like, did y'all park in there? And they were like, it looks shady, we parked over there. And I got back in my car and moved my car. And it's like, oh, that was easy, that wasn't hard. I took a ticket from that little thing, can y'all see it over there? And I think I can park here, but there's, like, a little parking lot, and then there's a gate you go through. And I'm not sure if I'm supposed to park here in this little lot or go through the gate. Now I'm scared. I'm gonna keep my car here. We're gonna keep this just a little short because I don't really know. Lord, please let my car be here when I get back. Amen. Update, I moved into the garage. I saw this couple when I was getting out the car, and I'm like, what did y'all do? And they were like, we didn't trust this little down here parking lot. It's Atlanta. And I'm like, you know what? They didn't do it, so I came up here into this little shady looking parking lot, but don't worry, I got protection on me. Sometimes talking to people is helpful. And I know as a woman, sometimes I'm a little scared to talk to people because you don't know always if somebody's trying to help you or hurt you. And that's just honest. And I'm working on that fear as well because I don't want to move through anything in fear. Not the world, not love, nothing in life. So, and I preach that, so I need to practice it. Just trusting that I'm always protected and you are always protected wherever you go. And no, we know people are in the world who don't have our best interests at heart. But the thing we got to remember is that we are always protected. Even if that person comes and tries something, our intuition is going to show us the right way to go. This video has been all over the place. So I thank you all for watching it. And I'm going to show you some clips of me going to the museum, some of the exhibits that I saw. Now, the cause exhibit is the exhibit I actually went to the museum to see, so I'm going to show you guys some of that too. I think this picture kind of came out kind of cute. I had to wait for these people to get up. They were just lounging like they was in the middle of Central Park. Like, sir and ma'am, please get up. So that was cute, y'all. My hair got puffy, so I'm not happy about that. But the museum was cute. Like, doing things by yourself is cute. There were some times where I was like wanting to talk to somebody like, oh, look at this, or oh, this person would really like this. So that's, and then somebody to take your pictures because I'm gonna show y'all baby girl, she didn't even try. I mean, the picture's not terrible, but like the forehead, you could definitely fry some chicken on, but I digress. But it was cool just to like do things at my own pace and not have to feel like, oh, I'm moving on too soon from one picture, one exhibit, and I can just keep going and you know, go at my own pace. So that was cool. And it just felt good to like, you know, solitude. My face is greasy from the mask because that's another aspect of doing anything outside is the mask. So that was a part of it. But I was gonna take myself on a little lunch date, but I think I'm gonna go grocery shopping because that feels more self-lovey. All right, so I'll catch up with you guys in a few. Okay, team, we're going into Whole Foods for salmon, shrimp, and maybe like some red snapper if they have that. That's it. Y'all hear me? We get in the store, don't be acting crazy. I'm talking to myself, okay? But we're not about to spend a whole bunch of money in Whole Foods, okay? Here we go. All right, y'all, we did good. I went into Whole Foods, and I didn't spend all my money. I spent like $66, but I got salmon, shrimp, and some lobster tails, which is not bad. So, yeah. I also forgot to tell y'all I did something to my back because over 30, and I had to have my chiropractor, Atlanta chiropractor, shout out to you, boo, came to my house to give me an adjustment because, honey, it was rough. So I just wanted to show y'all a little bit of that too. My back. Child, we got to stretch. Let's get in the habit of stretching, okay? I didn't film that much, guys, because I was just living life. So I'm sorry, not sorry. But I wanted to talk about codependency. I wanted to talk about overcoming it. I want to hear from you guys on some things that you do to overcome it. And yeah, I will be doing videos more frequently. Remember the fine print, unless I don't feel like it. And I'm happy to everybody that subscribed, everybody who takes the time to watch these videos. I hope you find it relatable. It's really just my practice of self-love and my practice to get in front of the camera, like I talked about before, and share my experiences because I love storytelling. So I have some projects that I'm working on that I'm super excited about, which I'll talk about in another video because that's a whole other video in itself. So I think that's it. Until next time, I will see y'all later.